Hey everybody, welcome back. Hollywoodpizza here. And today we actually have a pretty spicy deck for you. We're going to be playing 5-color Legends. Previously on the channel we actually had a video Esper Legends, and that deck did really phenomenal. Today we actually have some footage from the Early Access event that we actually got to play in. So big thank you to Wizards of the Coast for giving us the opportunity to play in the event. And let's go ahead and break down the deck list here. Normally you do see me in Arena, but because the event had already ended by the time I'm recording this deck tech, we're actually going to use MTG Goldfish to kind of show you the deck list and go over the cards, because luckily Goldfish does actually show us a picture to go with the cards. So let's go ahead and dive right in here. So to start off the deck, kind of have a little bit of a lower curve here in terms of what we're going to be playing. And we have 3 DECKTECH, which help against any type of graveyard strategy. Blue and white for a 2/3. It has lifelink, and cards in graveyards can be targeted, spells, or abilities. And on top of that, you can actually get it back from the graveyard for a disturbed cost of 2 colorless, white and a blue, and then you get a 3/2 flyer that whenever one or more creature cards are put in the graveyard from anywhere, you actually get to investigate and you get a clue, and then if this card would be put in the graveyard, it gets exiled instead. Just a really phenomenal card against all kinds of strategies that are going on right now, specifically like reanimator type strategies, or even a Corpse Appraiser. This card kind of just like shuts that down, so it's really good against a lot of different things. New card here from Brothers of War, we have Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard, red and a green for a 3/3. You can sacrifice it to make sure all your legendary creatures are plus and plus so, and they gain indestructible. This card is actually like a really huge piece in this deck now, because not only is it a card that's going to be on curve, but it's really good in terms of protecting your creatures from target removal if it's destroy effects, and also board wipes as well. So just a really awesome card overall, and I definitely expect to see it get played in standard quite a bit and other formats potentially, just because it is a 2-mana 3/3. We also have Catilda Dawnheart Prime, another card that is actually really good. The main reason this is actually great in the deck is because it makes sure that all your humans, which we do have a lot of humans in the deck, this will actually make sure that they tap for any of the colors that the creature is. And on top of that, you can actually use all the mana that you're producing to add 6 and tap this to actually get a plus and plus one counter on each creature control. So just a phenomenal card overall, and on top of that also has protection from werewolves, so you can block that Graveyard Trespasser if need be. Our last 2-drop here, we have Thalia, Guardian Thraben, 2 mana 2/1 with first strike. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast, so really great card, considering our only non-creature spell in the deck is going to be Wandering Emperor. And overall, Thalia just really punishes a lot of different strategies, specifically like the black decks, Grixis, Esper, anything like that just plays a ton of non-creature spells. Just by taxing them, you can essentially slow them down enough that you can get some more of your potent threats on the battlefield and overwhelm and attack your opponent to death. In our 3-drop slot, we actually have a few cards here as well. We have 3 Adelines, 3 mana, star 4, Vigilance. Its power is equal to the number of creatures control, and whenever it attacks, for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking a player planeswalker that player controls. Just a really phenomenal card. Really good blocker, and on top of that, it helps you kind of just be super aggressive by just having like a 2-drop into this. Is kind of just really nuts sometimes, and can kind of just like run away with the game, especially if your opponent's not really able to deal with it. We have another new card here in the deck. We have Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia. 2 colorless and a green for a 2/3. You can tap it to add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend it only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of a creature control. And then whenever you cast a creature spell, power 5 or greater, it gets a counter, and you get to untap it. The main thing that we're going to be able to use to untap it is going to be Joda the Unifier. That's our only 5-powered card, but it is a phenomenal card overall, and it does help ensure that you're able to untap this card and kind of just like keep the cascade shenanigans going if need be as well. But I really think this is actually going to be a really great card in standard, as well as it provides a lot of mana fixing, and if you're playing creatures that have power 5 or greater, you're actually potentially going to be able to chain a few different types of creature spells out. We also have Lagrella here for a green, a white, and a blue 2/3. Whenever it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other creature controlled by different players, and whenever it leaves, those cards come back in. If they were controlled by you, you get to put 2 counters on it. Just a really great card. We don't really get access to many spells in the deck, so being able to have a creature that we're able to use with a removal spell is just really great. We also have 2 Urtai Resurrected, another card that kind of helps, gives us a little bit of removal. It's a 4-drop. Blue, black, 2 colorless, 3/2 flash. So you can play it at instant speed, and when it comes into play, you can either counter a spell, activate ability, trigger ability, or destroy a creature or planeswalker, then that the controller of that creature, planeswalker, or ability spell gets to draw a card. So even though they get to draw a card overall, it's still really good because most of the time you're going to be stopping a card that could essentially help your opponent win the game. 2 Helena and Elena, first strike and reach for a 2/3 4 mana as well. At the beginning of combat of your turn, you get to put X +1/+1 counters on another creature, where X is this creature's power, and then it gains haste. Essentially, this card kind of just helps you go off super quickly by giving haste to some more of your more powerful legendary creatures, and on top of that has first strike and reach. That's just phenomenal. 3 Ratadribik of Urborg. I really love this card. It's a 4-mana 3/3 Vigilance Ward. Black-white card. Other zombies you control have Vigilance, and whenever another whenever another legendary creature control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie. So if any of your cards die while Ratadribik's out, you actually get a token of it. And if you actually already have multiple copies of the same card in your hand, sometimes it's just fine if you just throw it out there, knowing that you're just going to get a token. And sometimes having 2 copies of a legendary creature can kind of get out of control. In terms of cards like Adeline, Gwenna can give you a lot more mana. Lagrella just exiles more cards, and Thalia might even just tax your opponent out of the game if they're just trying to win with board wipes. So Ratadribik's definitely like the main engine of this deck, where not only is it giving you card advantage, it also gives you a way to kind of finish the game out. And it really helps with Shieldred. 2 colors, 2 black for a 4/5 Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws, they lose 2. Just obviously, if you haven't seen this card already, you've probably been living under a rock, but one of the best cards in Standard you could be playing right now. If you're able to play it, Shieldred is just really phenomenal. Another legendary creature. With Ratadribik, if Shieldred died, you get another one. And sometimes you just end up playing that second copy anyways to make sure that you get like 2 Shieldreds down, and then you're draining your opponent for 4 life return, and that's just really phenomenal. One of the key pieces that actually ties this deck together that we want to go 5 colors is Jodah the Unifier. So 1 of each color for a 5/5 legendary creature control, get +X/+X, where X is the number of legendary creature control. And then whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, you get to Cascade. Essentially look at exile the top cards of your library until you hit a card with mana value that's less, then you can cast it without paying its mana cost, and then the cards go on the bottom. This card's really great as well with Helena and Elena, as you're able to just pump all your creatures up, and then Helena and Elena pumps another card up. So Jodah is just kind of really strong in a deck like this, where you're kind of just able to chain a lot of different cards off. Most of the time, you know, when you play your 4 drops, you only really have specific cards you're hitting, and when you hit one of your 3 drops, it's kind of the same. So essentially, you're kind of setting your deck up to specifically what you want to cascade into. And to help round out the deck here, in terms of anything that's not a creature, we're actually playing 2 Wandering Emperor. So 2 colorless, 2 white for 3 loyalty flash. As long as you played it this turn, you can activate the abilities at instant speed. +1, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature, gains first strike until on the turn. -1, you get to create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance, and -2, you get to exile a tapped creature and gain 2 life. Just a really strong card. It can be removal, it can help go wide, and it can also pump up your creatures. And I know we mentioned Helena and Elena already, but putting that extra power on it can help buff up some of your other creatures as well. We have a lot of different lands here. In terms of special lands, we're running 1 Boseiju, 2 Iganjos, 1 Otawara, and Attack Enuma. And we also have 4 Plaza Heroes and Secluded Courtyard to essentially help make sure that you're usually just like able to cast all of your cards. With Plaza Heroes, you can definitely make sure that you're able to pretty much cast anything. And on top of that, these 1 of legendary lands are great because they actually are most of the time only really going to cost 1 mana because you're playing so many legendary creatures. So they definitely come in handy. I know I had a blast playing this deck previously. Like I said before, we had an Esper version of it on the channel. There's going to be a link for that as well. So definitely check it out. And let's go ahead and jump into some games and see how we do. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, we have all of our colors. Our hand's just like really slow. So probably start off with the Rafines. Ooh, we have a Brushland. Yeah, definitely start off with the Rafines. Into Brushland, we can play the Dennick. And then we can also play Adeline, which feels pretty good. Ooh, Patchwork Automaton. Okay. Wow, we also have the Courtyard. We don't have anything right now that's not a human. I think we just want to curve out. I'm okay. I guess we could play this so we don't take any more pain. Yeah, I think we have enough mana fixing that it doesn't matter right now. Now, they could have a surprise for us here at instant speed, but I think I'm pretty happy just letting it happen. They might have a counterspell here. I think I'm just going to pass, and we can cycle the Spara's headquarters. Alright, so they had a Fading Hope for us. Okay, that's fine. Cycle this. And maybe hold up Wandering Emperor. Being a little bit more patient about how we're playing against them. Okay, Denik. Plaza Heroes is pretty nice. I mean, now we can definitely just cast anything we want in the deck. Can also both Seiju here. We tap out, it would be for just Helena or the Emperor. I think we just pass. Okay, they have Liberator. That's fine. Seems pretty good. They can play all their artifacts down to instant speed. That's really good. I'll take it. Go down to 17. Let's try to flash this in. And then that way, if they counterspell this, we can actually resolve 2 spells next turn with a Denik and an Adeline, or maybe Helena and something else. Okay. Alright, so we hit another Helena anyways. I mean, Boseju's pretty good. It just gives them more mana. I don't know how worrisome that is. I think we're just going with some humans here. Yeah, I don't think there was a way for us to not take damage there. So if they end up slamming some cards and maybe kill like the Denik or something like that, then I'm actually pretty happy with that. Maybe they just have some bounce spells. Okay, just 2 and a pass. We have Joda and we can cast it. I think I'm just going for the Helena and Elena here. See if they have a counterspell for us. If they do, we still get to attack with our cards. Okay. So they make that a 3/3. We can attack. We have another Denik in hand. Yeah, I think we just attack. Can make a Denik with flying. Next turn we can Denik plus Helena and Elena. Or we just play Joda, which could potentially make our cards pretty big. Okay, we're kind of just like passing damage back and forth here. But we just start off with the Denik. I think that's fine. Hey, what's up, Jaws, y'all? Hope you're having a great night. Oh wow, that's really good. I like that. That's pretty nice. I guess they have to do that now, because if not, then they can't target cards with the Denik. Okay, make that a 5/5. Okay. Make a double block. That's fine. Okay, sure. Definitely fine killing both of their cards. I think we just play this, even if it's like a little bit awkward, because let's say we do hit like another 2-drop. I guess that's mainly why we wanted the 1-drop in the deck, I guess, is to just still have something to hit off of this. Even though the 1-drop was kind of like not really that powerful, you know? Alright, so we hit Thalia. Kitty cats. Let's get Thalia down. And I think now we just cast Joda. Come on, kitty cat. Okay. Alright, gonna Fading Hope with that. That's fine. Do they have another counterspell though? Okay. Can't attack with those. Sorry, trying to get my kitty cat here. Cat. What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? There you go. Good girl. Here you go. Thank you. Here, Edgy. Boom. There you go. That's still legendary on the other side. They have 1 mana. I mean, we kind of just have a lot of stuff here. Oh, that's fine. We can give something haste. Yeah, sure. Just come in with everything. We actually did the thing. I thought that we were going to get tempoed out because they might have just had like some counter spells, but each one of our cards just feels like a haymaker, right? It's kind of crazy.
This video is brought to you by MagicJank.com, the spiciest cards for your sauciest decks. Buy and sell Magic the Gathering products and gear today on MagicJank.com.
Yeah, I think we can keep this. We're gonna Thalia first, I think. I don't think it matters. Do we have early green? We do have early green drops. So I guess playing this so we can Thalia into the other card would be pretty good. Ooh, that was a really good draw though, either way. So they can still get their cards back. Okay, they just have a cut down. That's fine. We have our Fiends into Denick. We have 2 Shieldreds. Okay, Flesh Gorgers, pretty good. We did draw that, but it's almost like a little bit too late. This is anything, right? 1 mana, spend this only to cast a legendary spell. Okay. We would have to double block to trade with the Flesh Gorger, but then we'd lose both of our cards. I don't think I like that. I think we'd probably just end up taking it. Unban Meat Hook. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know. It was a good card, but I don't know if it was like that crazy, you know. Okay, Jadar. Gonna get a token. Right? No creatures with Decayed, yep. Alright, so we'll gain some life. We just have another Denick. It's not really that impressive. This is a human. So we can actually hold up the Aganjo. And we just have enough legendary creatures to cost 1 anyways. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, the fact they didn't kill the Shieldred yet is really good news for us. Okay, Fable. We have 2 cards left in hand. Okay, Spara's Headquarters is a fine card. I think we're just passing. We really want a Retadribek so we can make like multiple Shieldreds here. We're just gonna cycle this away. kind of almost want to keep the Aganjo because we'll still be able to potentially kill something. Okay, Fable, sure. 2 cards left, still haven't seen a removal spell. We also have Plaza of Heroes up, which is really, really nice. Alright, I'm just going to try to cycle this. Okay, no response. We hit a Sekenzen. So Sekenzen also costs 1 mana. We just have kind of everything we need. Have 1 mana among legendary permanents you control, so we don't even have red mana, right? Of this creature's color. This doesn't help. So we're missing actual red mana to be able to do this. Still think that's fine. Let's just pass it back. They go down to 8. Just going to keep this Plaza of Heroes up. They do get 2 reflections down, which could be a problem. Alright, they're going to still redraw here, so they go down to 4. And they get a Mishra. That's pretty good. Are they going to swing out is the question. Okay. We do get 2 treasure tokens. That hits a decay trigger. They gain 5, going back up to 9. We hit a Wandering Emperor. Go to blocks. Block a goblin. Block a goblin. Searching from werewolves. They don't have any werewolves. We're just gonna kill this. And then exile the skeleton. Target creature dies. Return to the battlefield tapped under someone's control. Yeah, we're just going to exile it now. That's fine. We'll go back up to 17. My card does not come back. I get another token. They're at 9. We get a Retadribic. So we can actually... We can't do that yet, right? Yeah, we can't do that yet. Semi-human... This is kind of just like really crazy. We actually have another Shieldred that we're just gonna try to cast next turn. They can copy... I mean, Mishra's pretty good. We're in a tough spot because of Mishra now. Alright, all they had was a land though, so they can copy something in attack. But we also have like double lifelink here. And we're about to get another Shieldred. Like, the second Shieldred feels pretty good, I think. Let's see what they got going on here. Alright, they're thinking about what they're probably going to attack with, because the Mistress still gains a lot of life. We do have some really good blocks, but at the same time, they kind of just have a lot of things going on. Okay, they're just gonna make a copy of Fable. That's fine. And they're gonna attack Wandering Emperor. Interesting. We are gonna lose some life, and they'll gain some life. We'll just block some cards. Just make some blocks, gain some life. Go back up 16. They can get that back, that's fine. Alright, we just hit Adeline. So yeah, we just play another Shieldred, we keep the old one. Get a 2-2, we'll play Adeline. Can exile their Fable. Attack, double block, kill that, then we still just get another one. I'm just passing. I'm just passing. They're taking 4 a turn from destroying cards. I think that's pretty good. We can attack next turn. And then maybe we can even hold up Plaza at that point. Okay, so they get a card that can't block. Alright, they're going to make a token of that. That's fine. Just going to swing in. Yep. Just going to block, block, block. And they're at 9, so they still have some... Still have 2 blockers. I mean, they're just dead here, right? Yeah, I mean, they only have 2 blockers. It's kind of like over. They have to block this and our Shieldred, and they could double block and kill the Shieldred, and then we just... I guess they can't even kill the Shieldred. Yeah, we'll just go to damage here. I mean, they're just dead no matter what on their draw step, right? Because we just have so much value from them losing 4 life a turn, so... Felt pretty good. Let's see how some of our other games go here. Looking for the latest comic book to add to your collection? How about the last card for that Magic the Gathering Commander deck? Well, the comic book stores got you covered. Shop online at comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com or come in person at 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey. Pizza people, are you enjoying the content? Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit that bell icon as well. That way, anytime any of our new content comes out, you're able to see it right away. Hey, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us what you're going to play in the next event, or tell us what you're enjoying about the video. Don't forget, check out the description too. We've got tons of great content down below. And on top of that, we're going to have our tournament schedule too. So get in on it. Hope to see you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're on the play. We have a beater, mana card, removal spell. Feels pretty good. Double Plaza of Heroes to get all of our cards down pretty much on time. Plaza of Heroes. It's like the perfect card that we want, right? Isn't that the card we want right now? I think we definitely want like a Wandering Emperor here or something like that to kind of guarantee us something good. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, Adeline. Never didn't have perfect mana. Ooh, Silex. What the heck is this? Target creature controlled. Destroy all other permanents. I mean, this card gives all my legendary creatures indestructible. That seems pretty good. Let's go ahead and attack for 4 here, or 5, excuse me. because this gets bigger. And we'll pass it back. Let's actually change up the music a little bit here. Let's do this. What does this do? It's destroy, right? Destroy all other permanents. They got rid of some of my cards. Now we actually just get copies of our cards if they kill them. We really want to hit like a red source so we can get a couple 1/1s. It'd be pretty nice. Okay, Saheeli, so they're going to make 2 Thopters. Pretty good blockers. Ooh, Luxior, my goodness. That is pretty awesome, actually. I really like that. Yeah, we're just gonna go for this. Why did it tap the token? That was weird. I'm not gonna attack with that. Alright, I definitely had better attacks here, so I apologize. I'm still kind of like tilted by Ursa Kenzen not being used for mana. Very, very baffling. Karn's pretty good. I mean, I think Karn gets better in this set for sure. Okay, tapped card. Wow, alright. That's a pretty big card. And yeah, we just have so much value. Yeah, I think we can keep this hand. We don't have black mana though. Like a second black source for this. It's a little bit awkward, but I think that's okay. Let's play the Sparas because we have more blue cards. Yeah, I have access to all the cards, so it just doesn't matter. I don't really want to give away what we're doing. I actually think this is better because it can kind of maybe scale with this. I don't mind just trading with this and then... Oh, wow. Yeah, it's going to get way bigger. So even if we played the Thalia, it didn't really matter. Sure. Getting the second Shieldred was really rough. Another Thalia. Yeah, let's go for Thalia. Passing it back. Right? It is pretty awesome. Definitely a huge thank you to Wizards for hooking me up with an account. Pretty awesome to be doing my first early access. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna take this. I think I just take it. Okay. Yep. Phyrexian. Oh, and we can't play the Thalia. Oh, we're in some pretty tough spot here. We make a chump block. But then we take quite a bit of damage. And these are going to get bigger. We might actually just be dead here. This card is actually kind of dangerous now this late in the game too because it has Unearth. So no matter what, they're going to get something with haste back, which is really good. Yeah, we can block here. Alright, making a block. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess we can play the Shieldred. Could also do this and exile their beast now. Yeah, let's actually just do that. Let's gain some life. Adeline. Phyrexian. Yeah, I kind of like making this a 4/4 because now I can block these if they get bigger. And honestly, now we have Shieldred down. Even if our Wandering Emperor dies, we're kind of okay with that. Our opponent essentially ends up having to attack with everything to kill it. Wow, they actually just conceded. Yeah, I can't deal with the Shieldred, I think. And we're back for the post-game wrap. As you can see, this deck can definitely do a lot of powerful things, and you can also be hyper-aggressive as well. I actually think Joda the Unifier is a really, really powerful card that still gets better as more legends get printed, and on top of that, there's actually a good amount of legendary support considering that Hajar is what I feel like what this deck was really missing, kind of like this on-curve protection card that can beat down a good amount, and on top of that can also protect all of your creatures. And Gwenna really helps because it can really chain off some spells, especially if you're, you play Joda off of the Gwenna, you get to untap it and then immediately pretty much get to cascade into something else and just have like these really, really big turns. And Gwenna even gets bigger as well. So I think that just both of those additions to the deck, and there's also other cards in this set that could potentially also help push this deck over the top even more. I actually think that this deck's a lot more realistic than it even was before, and I actually thought it was still a player in the meta, so I definitely recommend it for ranked play for sure. In terms of tournaments, you're going to want to make sure that you come up with a really, really good sideboard depending on what the metagame is, but there was actually a version of this deck that actually got second place at our most recent standard event, so it's still going to be a really competitive deck either way, as long as you kind of like get to know the deck a little bit, considering that there's probably going to be a few weird lines every once in a while that you kind of have to think about and, navigate your way through to victory. But overall, I really, really recommend this deck for ranked play. And like I said, even in tournament play, I think the deck's great. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, bell notification, leave a comment down below. We host 3 tournaments a month. All are free to play. You can find links for that information as well as my content and the deck list down below in the description. And I hope that you stay cheesy.